Here we are, peeps. Welcome to another Sunday session with Stewie and Muzz. So, Muzz is going to get on in a second, or when he sees the live come up, he's got to click the button, and I'll accept him onto the thing, because that's the technology and how it works. So, fresh out of the shower, look nice and clean for you guys. Nice clean shirt on, because I'm just representing myself at a higher standard, because that's a life choice I'm making. And today's subject will be accepting compliments and criticism, because as part of the business, Muzz and I we have to deal with both, not only in our posts, but in our coaching calls and stuff. We get compliments and criticisms, and you have to learn to accept that. And something that I travelled through last night with footy. Well done to the boys for a couple of great wins. Good battles with another top side. So we're all proving our worth, that we're a top contender. So good on us. Good on you boys for, I think I saw Murray just jump up, so we'll just bring Muzz on. You don't use the fat finger. Click that button, approve. Do something like, what? Oh, I don't know if it's something I clicked, Muzz. There we go. What's coming on? Bring. We'll try that. Anyway, I'll keep yabbering on. So, yesterday we had a couple of good footy games and had the reunion and catching up with people that I played footy with 10 years ago and more in grand finals and stuff. So you have the questions, how you going, how's life, stuff like that. And I think, look, Muzz, we'll just try this one again. We'll go kick you off, try that, do that. Huh? Try that again. It says we're adding you anyway. So at footy, talking to these people at the reunion, being that I'm getting older, and it's not the first time I've had this criticism, but I've been told I start to look old and slow out there, and I accept that as a friendly criticism on my football career, and that's accurate as far as I'm concerned, and I can try and debate that. What are you doing? What's going on here, Muzz? Must be something to do with my fat fingers. Why are we having click? Try this button. No answer. Oh, and it's time for a Be Real. Swipe that up. Anyway, well, we'll see. Muzz should be able to get on. I don't know what's going on here. Says I'm adding you. Anyway, so part of the conversations of catching up with these people that I played footy with, and they ask you, how you going, how's things? And the subject comes up of mum and dad on their holiday, and mum's got her medical challenges, and then I've got my physical challenges here, being I'm Pat Malone as a single parent running the whole fund. And a couple of people have said, well, good on you for taking on that challenge and doing as well as you're doing. And as men, and I caught myself last night doing this, as men, sometimes we find it easier to take the criticism than we do the compliment. And that's something that Muzz and I can discuss when we get him on. Let's go. Click. I should probably stop dropping my phone. Or something like that. Should be able to add you, Muzz. But that's the thing that we can discuss today is, and anyone else on, and drop your questions in the comments and we'll dive into that. So being blokes that we can't, the ability to take the criticism versus the compliment. And some blokes can't take a compliment. They don't know how because they've never had many or enough. So, you know, you get a resistance, or you don't know how to act when you receive a compliment like that. And the way you do react is just to say thank you for those guys who don't get it. And over the times of my life, I've had times where there's been a lot of criticism and no compliments. So you do build up a resistance, not resistance, you build up a tolerance to the criticisms and how to deal with them. And, you know, whether you're emotionally attached to them or not. Some hurt your feelings, some don't. Some are there to help you, and you take that on board and you deal with that. Whereas receiving a compliment with some advice, perhaps, a lot of people don't know how to deal with that. And that's something I'm learning to deal with myself as part of. Don't know what's going on here, Muzz. I'm clicking the buttons. It says unable to add guest. Let's try. Jesus. Right, if I delete that, turn that on and off. I don't know. Why can't I just go like that? Unable to add guest, you can't join this time. Whatever. It's not a guest, he's a co-administrator in this group. That's a big thumb. Yep. What am I go? The left thumb doesn't seem to want to work. Okay. Tech glitches. This is how come we're not tech gurus and we just wing it. Why can I not add Murray anymore? I can see Henry's on. G'day, Henry. How you going, mate? And I can see Michelle jumped on. So yeah, I'll just talk to myself, Muzz. Maybe drop it in the chat and we'll have the conversation that way. We've done that before. So it's not hard for not just men. Lots of people. Yes, yeah, that's right. So it's not. There's lots of people that can't take a compliment because in their lives, in the industries and stuff like that, we're so used to getting criticism. Yeah, you're not driving the tractor right. God, how long you been driving a truck, mate? You look like a learner. Yeah, why don't you do this? So it's a criticism with advice, and we can be more accustomed to that. So when someone says, geez, you kicked that ball well, but what if you adjust your kick a bit, you'll get some more distance. Okay? What if we just change your position of how you hold the ball? You might get a bit distance or a bit more accuracy. So those sort of things in our lives, people with the intention to help us and our ability to receive the information and not emotionally attached to it. Okay? There's a massive personal development point on that point there. And that is something that I did struggle with. Yes, there is. So the difference between constructive criticism and flat out criticism is generally tone of voice. And that one's an easy one to pick, because, at the footy club, the boys love it. I know they're watching and I know they see these videos and they see it all on my Facebook and stuff, because when I'm going to kick the ball to a guy in a lead at footy, they'll go, rather than call me Stewie or the Dominator like they normally do. And for a lot of last year, they called me Stuart P. which I don't mind. It's harmless nicknames. And even just recently, they've shifted to Kangan Water. They're just yelling at Kangan Water across the oval. So, which is almost, it's as much as they may portray that as a bit of a joke or a thing, it's all, I take it as a compliment, because then I know that they're watching. But then, coaches and other players will go, "You're not running as fast as you used to." I go, "Yeah, that's fine. That's an age thing, and the knees and ankles get a bit sore." I go, "Well, maybe you should think about retiring," which is not an thing. Or maybe we put you in a different position on the field. Or maybe you spend more time on the bench and we let the younger fellas, run out the younger legs. And that's a perfectly okay critique of my career. Also with the advisors around the farm this year, they go, "Well, you're mad putting in all that paddock and canola. Why don't you change that to a bit of barley or wheat because of the lateness of the year and stuff like that." So there's that sort of friendly criticism rather than, the examples of the other guys kicking the football at the water bottle and just having a crack. Like, you drink Kangan water, it tastes like stuff. Well, if you don't drink it, you don't know what it tastes like. You guys don't know what you're missing out on. And probably one of the highlights for this week is spoke to a bloke on Thursday and dropped him off a water share for Friday, and he drank 4 litres of 8.5 to help with, he just had a tooth removed, and we're talking about blood and cleaning the blood and stuff like that. Hydration, best way to do it. So I gave him 4 litres. I said, right, you got to drink this before footy tomorrow. So you go Friday, 10 o'clock in the morning, by Saturday, 10 o'clock in the morning. He smashed it, loved it. And what did he say? He was pissing like a fish, was his comment. But at least I said, regardless of any of the other effects that we might have discussed, I could be wrong, and you could just be well hydrated. And he played a good football game. And then we all got on the beers, and new and old players got on the beers and enjoyed the football games and stuff like that. And so that young bloke that I shared the water with, I've also been mentoring him and trying to improve his kick. And he's accepting of that as a assisted criticism. You're leaning this way. What if you lean that way? Hold the ball different. Try that. Try it on your other foot for a bit. Rest that foot. Those sort of analytical things are there to help him. And that's because I've had coaches over the years that have tried to correct parts of my kicking. I've got a terrible kick, and I've had to. I realised this year, with the knees getting a bit weaker, how much I kick off my knee and not my whole leg, which is why I don't kick 50, 60 metres. Well, I've been kicking off my knee. So then I've had to learn to kick from my hip and not my knee. So changing my kicking style is a challenge. But I had to work that out. As much as the guys told me years ago, and I didn't accept that help, that critique, it's played an impact on my footy career. So it's enough about footy. But when we do posts on Facebook, or Muzz and I work in a men's group, when we can post stuff in there for review. What do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of that? And they will give us some feedback. And that's also positive criticism. Or when we make sales, then those guys in there and the community, it goes in there that you make a new rank and stuff like that. And the community celebrates you for that. And certainly a bigger trigger was when I first joined the community and the welcoming post. So when we add new members, you go, welcome to MurrayJPens into the Freedom Era. He's going to start his journey and he bought his machines and here we go. And then you might get a couple of 100 people comment on there and a couple of 100 likes and you almost feel like you're going that little bit viral. And that's all complimentary. They're all welcome. Well, great to have you here, stuff like that. When I first got there, I was shocked because I'd never had more than 30 or 40 likes or comments on any post on Facebook I'd done. To be mentioned in a post, to have hundreds of people react to it in a positive way was like, whoa, holy cow, we're in a place now. And then yeah, inclusive is the right culture to be. And there's a lot of businesses. It's a big business lesson. And when I'm listening to the podcast, is they go, what is the culture at work? You can have, being a good leader, a boss, whatever, manager, team leader. You just want to be a leader. You don't need to be a boss. And having the right work culture to create the maximum productivity within that work culture. So, for example, on the farm, got some people turning up tomorrow and the next day to help me out for a day or two here and there. And it's my job to trust in their knowledge, or find, if for one guy I know he's got plenty of experience, so I say, we're going to sort some sheep out and do some shearing and get all that sorted, because we know that industry very well. That's where we spend a lot of time together. But then I know he can drive trucks, and I know he can drive tractors and stuff like that. So for those other parts, when we're not doing that and we've tidied that up, I'll just be able to delegate and go, can you do this? This has got to go here, that's there, done. And I can put that out of my mind. And the new girl that's starting for her couple of days a week, I'll have a chat to her and go, right, how much can you do? I don't think she can drive trucks. She might be able to. I haven't had the conversation with her. But to then go, all right, so if you can't do this, I can teach you to do this, and we can do this. And then I can teach you to learn. So have that inclusive culture here will then create an environment that they might want to work at. So that's a good thing. And it might be fun for them to accept the analysis, not so much criticism, but the advice and analysis that I may impart on them. And I have to be leader enough to know that they can also give me advice, which I freely accept and encourage on this farm, and even in business. Yeah, investing in their mental health, I suppose. Do they want to come to work? Because if you don't want to come to work, if you don't be productive, and it's similar to this online stuff. If you put stuff on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or Be Real and all that sort of fun stuff that I use, whether people view it, like it, watch it, hate it, all those reactions have a tally in the system for me. And then, if I'm putting something out there and it just gets hated on, that doesn't exactly inspire me to put something like that out there again. Maybe I've got to find a different crowd. Is the choice? What's the great saying that I use fairly often? You can't change your friends, but you can change your friends. Meaning, you can't change the way those friends react or deal with your stuff. But what you can change is the friend circle you then invest in. So if people aren't going to have a positive influence in your life, be it friendly criticism, advice, and stuff like that, in the direction you're going, if they're not investing in your direction and supporting you, are they really your friends? Because I see a lot of bigger reels and stuff, and some of the big guns go, I am not going to do business with you unless we're making money together, because that's my interest. That's that's how I grow my friends. We are all in business together. We are all encouraging each other, making money together. So that's a perfect little scenario to be in. So if you don't have the right friend group that support you in your healthy lifestyle, and that finally clicked. If you don't have a group of friends that support your lifestyle, maybe find a different group of friends. Yeah. Okay? I've got some great friends, that really long-term friends, that we don't talk about business, but they are still friends for life. I can call them up and go, come in Perth or wherever, let's catch up and have a coffee. And they'll go, how things are going? I'll go, this, that, and the other. And we agree that they're not interested in this, so we don't talk about this. But they want to know how the farm's going, or how the race car's going, or what else is going on. So that's true friendships, where other friends, I've got a great group of friends in the men's group, including Murray and all you guys in this group. I consider you guys friends. So let's work together in getting a positive direction. What's the thing around you are the sum total of the 5 people you hang around the most. So sum total being their habits and attitudes. If you look at the 5 people you hang around the most, there is an attitude towards certain subjects or lifestyle habits that they have. You tend to energetically balance out as the sum total of those 5 people. Yeah, that's that is the magic. So, and that's in today's age, probably more people hang around with their phones than a physical person. So then what we have to do is watch our social media habits. What videos are we watching? And I've discussed this in other groups before. So what social media videos are you watching on your scroll? What's on your Instagram feed? What is on your Facebook feed? When you click that Reels button, what Reels do you watch? What do you like? Race cars, health, fitness, whatever. There's some of the ones I watch. But so it's those sort of influences that then trigger the algorithm. So if I like a race car one, guess what it's going to show me? 3 more race car videos. Fast cars, drift cars, burnouts, whatever. If it's got a motor and makes noise and there's smoke or dust coming out behind it, I'm all for it, mate. Live life in the fast lane. Unless you're in a Bugatti and you're only in the fast lane. There's no slow lane in one of them. So that's the plan. Bugatti's up there, about there. It's on the 1-day list. It's getting closer. Taking steps. Improving myself. So I'll wrap this video up, I think, Muzz. So to improve myself, I put on nice shirts and present myself better. I'm doing my fitness and drinking my water. Yeah, Muzz, look, it's great comments. It'll be interesting on when we whack it on YouTube and they see me talking to myself reading all your comments. But I will get it sorted one day. I don't know whether it's the windy day and Elon's service and the young fella playing Fortnite could be upsetting it. But that's the way life is, and we just roll with it and we accept it for the way it is. But good on you for getting here. There's the compliment. Have a good one. I will sign the video off. Cheers, mate. Look at schmick. Is that a dollar sign in there? See, I spell it with a dollar sign now, mate. Spread the money around. And that's changing your language. That's also an influence of changing your language into the energy of the world. So if you want to change your life, it's the friends that you talk to and the compliments and criticisms that they may give you. If you're the sum total of those 5 friends that give you the most criticism or compliments, and then you want to change that, you have to find a new group of friends that maybe give you more compliments than criticism to get to a point. See, this is called a vision board. That's a point I want to get to. So you've got to get from A to B, right? So how are you going to get from A to B? Is it going to be put a new shirt on, make a bit extra coin? Because, got a farm to run and I got an online business. So that's how I'm making a bit extra coin. Work it out. So then when I get a bit extra coin, I then buy another good shirt and a nicer car. I portray myself different. Change, my friends change. My influence change. I've still got some really great friends within the community that will be there forever and a day. And that's what I've chosen. But, listen to the guys that are 6'8", 2'3", 2'4", 2'5", and listen to what they've got to say because they've done the journey the same as the rest of us. Everyone starts at 1A and then you do your journey to get to 6A, 6A2-5. Or up here is 6A2-4. This bad girl is going to get a serious trim, if not come right off. And I'll deal with it then. But there you go. Wisdom in this conversation. I hope everyone's got their value from it. And as we say in the farm fence, thanks to all the farmers that grow all the food. You guys are awesome. Thanks to all the truckies that are wandering around, driving around, carting all the goods and services around Australia. And thanks to the veterans and service people that protect our country and make us feel safe. So you guys have a great day. Peace out. Have a good one.